My name's Curtis Taylor. I'm an EMT here with Plaquemines Parish EMS. I have been doing this for 10 years now.
10 years is a long time.
It is. I've been married for 4 years. Her name's Haley. She's the light of my life. I thank God every day that we found each other. I have a son. His name's Caius. He's 1 year old now. Last month. Every time I walk in the room, just the biggest smile lights up on his face. It's the greatest thing. I was born in Texas, and we moved here when I was 9. And I've been here ever since. I went to the primary school, I went to Belle Chase Middle School, and I went to Belle Chase High School.
And how would you describe your overall experience?
It was great. Yeah. I've always liked living here. I went to Tulane for computer science and technology.
And you ended up in EMS?
I did. I ended up in EMS. I decided that that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be constrained to an office for 12 hours a day, staring at a computer screen. My best friend's mom, Robin Brewer, she was the teacher for Plaquemines Parish EMS and also one of the supervisors. And she got to talking to me about, what I wanted to do. And she also taught the class at Delgado for EMT school. So she said, why don't you come take the class? She demanded above a 95% to pass.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah. Because do you want somebody who made a 70 on their test helping your family?
I guess not.
There was a practical exam
Okay.
where you had to show all these other people who were EMTs and paramedics that you knew what you were doing.
And that sounds pretty stressful.
It was. Mostly just because you had so many people watching you do something that you had been going to school for, but with everybody watching you, it freaked you out at the first time. But at the same time, it was good because whenever you're on scene, everybody's watching you.
Right.
And it's all their family members, so you have to be able to perform your tasks under stress. I'm assigned to 1894, which is Port Sulphur.
And that extends from...
Oh, Port Sulphur's area is from the grain elevator on Highway 23 all the way down to the north end of the Empire Bridge.
It's a pretty big area.
It is a big area.
What is different about working in Port Sulphur than any other area?
Let's say if you worked in Belle Chase, their area is from north side of the grain elevator to somewhere across the Belle Chase Bridge. But they have more people there and they run more calls. But they're only about 5 to 10 minutes away from the hospital at any given time. Whereas here, say I get a call just north of the Empire Bridge, it's going to take an hour for me to transport them all the way up to the hospital, which is a long time for things to go wrong.
Sure. Yeah, you got to be on your toes.
Yeah.
So, are there any specific calls that stick out in your mind that you would want to talk about?
I would say one that made me feel good. There was a man whose dialysis port had ripped, which was up in his upper arm, and it was bleeding profusely. And I was just glad that I was able to get to him in time and help stop the bleeding or slow it down. I was able to call University Hospital and get a vascular surgeon on standby so that when we got to the hospital, he was able to be immediately placed in surgery and they got it sewed up.
And it's got to feel good to know that you made a difference.
It does. It does feel good. That's one of the things I really love about this job. I would say an advantage of working here is the people. I'm always, they always ask me how I am before I've even walked up their driveway.
That's nice.
And they're the ones that's having a crisis. But they ask me, they're like, how are you? You doing good? Okay, good. And then we go into what's going on.
If you could describe the people in your area, in the Port Sulphur area, in one word, what would it be?
Friendly. I would say friendly. Because of, like I said, that just, they're having an emergency, but they ask me how I am before I even get up there.
And that's pretty nice. If you have a message or could say anything to the community that you serve, what would you say?
I would say, don't lose the friendliness and keep helping each other. Don't stop helping each other. It's always good to stay together.
Be a community.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what we're all about here. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You take care of yourself, man.
You too. Thank you.